Black inventors and innovators. Black inventors and innovators have made countless contributions to the world, making our lives better and more fulfilling. Here are just a few examples. Garrett Morgan was an African-American inventor and businessman who lived from 1877 to 1963. He is best known for inventing the traffic light and the gas mask. However, he also invented many other devices, including a hair relaxer, a respirator for firefighters, and a pocket-sized sewing machine. Morgan's inventions had a major impact on society. For example, the traffic light helped to reduce traffic accidents and make roads safer for everyone. The gas mask helped to protect people from harmful gases and fumes, and it is still used by firefighters, police officers, and soldiers today. Morgan was a successful businessman as well as an inventor. He founded the Morgan Safety Hood and Device Company, which manufactured and sold gas masks and other safety equipment. He was also a co-founder of the National Negro Business League, an organization that helped to promote black entrepreneurship. Morgan was a true pioneer. He overcame racial discrimination to become one of the most successful inventors of his time. His inventions have made a lasting impact on the world, and he is remembered as one of the greatest black inventors of all time. Charles Drew was an African-American physician and scientist who lived from 1904 to 1950. He is best known for his work on the development of the blood plasma storage and transportation system. This system helped to save thousands of lives during World War II, and it is still used today to transport blood and plasma to hospitals and other medical facilities. Drew was also a pioneer in the field of blood transfusions. He developed new techniques for typing blood and storing it for longer periods of time. He also founded the first blood bank in the United States. Drew's work had a major impact on the field of medicine. He helped to make blood transfusions safer and more effective, and he made it possible to transport blood and plasma to people in need. He is remembered as one of the greatest black scientists of all time. Madame C.J. Walker was an African-American businesswoman and inventor who lived from 1867 to 1919. She is best known for her line of hair care products for black women. Walker was born into slavery in Louisiana. After the Civil War, she moved to St. Louis, Missouri, where she worked as a washerwoman. In 1904, she developed a line of hair care products for black women. Her products were a huge success, and she became the first self-made female millionaire in America. Walker's success was an inspiration to black women everywhere. She showed that it was possible to achieve success in business, even in the face of racial discrimination. Walker was also a philanthropist. She donated money to schools and other charitable organizations. She also founded the Madam C.J. Walker School for Girls, a vocational school for black girls. Walker is remembered as one of the greatest black entrepreneurs and philanthropists of all time. Her story is an inspiration to people everywhere. These are just a few of the many black inventors and innovators who have made significant contributions to the world. Their ingenuity and creativity have helped to shape the world we live in today. Katherine Johnson was an African-American mathematician who played a crucial role in NASA's early space program. She calculated the trajectories for the Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the moon. Johnson was born in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, in 1918. She showed an early aptitude for mathematics, and she enrolled in West Virginia State College at the age of 18. She graduated with a degree in mathematics and French in 1937. After graduating from college, Johnson worked as a teacher for several years. However, in 1953, she was hired by the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, NACA, the predecessor to NASA. She began her career at NACA working on calculating flight trajectories for aircraft. In the early 1960s, Johnson began working on the space program. She calculated the trajectories for the Mercury and Gemini missions, which were the first human space flights in the United States. She also calculated the trajectory for the Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the moon. Johnson's work was essential to the success of the space program. Her calculations were accurate and reliable, and they helped to ensure that the astronauts returned safely to Earth. In addition to her work on the space program, Johnson also made significant contributions to other areas of mathematics. She developed new methods for calculating the orbits of satellites and spacecraft. She also worked on developing new computer programs for mathematical calculations. Johnson was a pioneer in the field of mathematics and aerospace engineering. She overcame racial discrimination to become one of the most respected mathematicians in the United States. She is remembered as one of the greatest black inventors and innovators of all time. Johnson received numerous awards and honors for her work, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. She was also inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame and the National Aviation Hall of Fame. Johnson's story is an inspiration to people everywhere. She showed that it is possible to achieve anything you set your mind to, regardless of your race or gender. Benjamin Banneker was an African-American astronomer, mathematician, and surveyor who lived from 1731 to 1806. He is best known for his work on the design and construction of the city of Washington, D.C., and for his annual almanacs. Banneker was born on a farm near Baltimore, Maryland. He was largely self-taught, but he developed a deep understanding of mathematics and astronomy. In 1753, he built a wooden clock that was accurate to within a minute a day. In 1791, Banneker was commissioned by President George Washington to help survey the boundaries of the new federal capital district. Banneker and his team of surveyors worked for 2 months to map out the district, which is now known as Washington, D.C. Banneker is also known for his annual almanacs. He began publishing his almanacs in 1792, and they quickly became popular among farmers and other people who needed to track the seasons and the weather. Banneker's almanacs were also notable for their inclusion of essays on a variety of topics, including science, politics, and religion. Banneker was a respected member of the scientific community. He corresponded with some of the leading scientists of his day, including Thomas Jefferson and David Rittenhouse. He was also a member of the American Philosophical Society, a prestigious scientific organization. Banneker was a pioneer in the field of astronomy and mathematics. He overcame racial discrimination to become one of the most respected scientists in the United States. He is remembered as one of the greatest black inventors and innovators of all time. In addition to his work on the design and construction of Washington, D.C. and his annual almanacs, Banneker also made significant contributions to other areas of science and mathematics. He developed new methods for calculating eclipses and other astronomical phenomena. He also worked on developing new mathematical instruments. Banneker was a true polymath. He was interested in a wide range of subjects, including science, mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, and religion. He was also a gifted writer and speaker. Banneker's life and work are an inspiration to people everywhere. He showed that it is possible to achieve anything you set your mind to, regardless of your race or background.